Hello again, this is Del Rivers for my Del Rivers Music Collection number... For some reason I get this mixed up. I don't know if it's number 17, but I think it is number 18. So it's either 17 or 18 right now. I know I just did the other one, I think it was 17, this should be 18. Anyway, today I'm just going to do a little bit of thing on E.L.O, or Jeff Lynne. I'm going to kind of show the, the stuff that he worked on when he did the three Beatles archive. I mean, the three Beatles special collection there from the 1990s. And that would be these right here. Beatles #1. This is with Free as a Bird. When he got to work with the Beatles, Jeff Lynne. And then there was #2. If you could see it there. This had Real Love. The big hit, Real Love. And #3. This was supposed to have Now and Then. I get rid of that glare. It was supposed to have Now and Then, but they saved that for later. That ended up on the Beatles Blue album. So after the three collections that he worked on, let's just go from that temporarily to E.L.O. I'll show a little bit about that. This is sort of like the beginnings before he got into the Beatles camp. Here's Jeff Lynne in the idol race. Jeff Lynne is I think he's the one without he's not wearing his sunglasses. He's in that picture somewhere. They had 2 hits. Here We Go Round the Lemon Tree, I guess. That was also done by The Move. And Imposters of Life's Magazine and Skeleton and the Roundabout. And they're featured on this live album, which is the Lost Radio Sessions. Stuff they did on the radio. You can find this at Left Field Media. Anyway, there's also this great set by The Move, with and without E.L.O. Had both Ron Wood stuff and The Move. It's singles, A's, and B-sides. Here's the back of it, if you can see that. It's hard to see, I know. One of these days I'll get something better to view that with, or get rid of some of the glare. Then they had, E.L.O. released greatest hits albums, one after another, pretty much. There's E.L.O., the Essential Electric Light Orchestra. They came out around, I can't see it very well, but, the same time period after or before the Beatles, but just before. They also have the very best of E.L.O. that came out. It's taking advantage of the spaceship from Out of the Blue album. It's got that thing right there. It's All Over the World. They call this Electric Light Orchestra. Very best of. Then there was a Volume 2. This should show up easier because there's no glare. Volume 2, the very best of Electric Light Orchestra. Ticket to the Moon. Using the same spaceship. He's flying around apparently. Here's some of the songs that are on the back. It's like you can see them there, sort of. Then there's a double CD set, bland cover, just purple with E.L.O.'s initials. Strange Magic, the best of Electric Light Orchestra. Came out around 1995. Same time as the Beatles thing that he was working on. 2 CD set. You get like 2 different groupings of. Basically, it's the same as the last 2 I showed. The same thing. but they put it all in one CD, or one double CD. Let's see what we got here. All right, and after and just before all the stuff happened with Jeff Lynne, these are what the Beatles were doing. Started with George Harrison. Of course, you got to remember the Traveling Wilburys with Tom Petty and Bob Dylan and Roy Orbison. Released about 2 or 3 CDs with them on it. Handle with Care. That's done by George Harrison as well as E.L.O.'s Jeff Lynne. He did a version of that too. Probably after George Harrison passed away, he did it. There's they worked on Cloud 9 together. After the Wilburys, Cloud 9, that was good. I can show the back, of course. I put def. There's like a problem with the digital on this. Then George Harrison came out with a live album, which features. I don't think they were in this band, but they feature songs that were recorded around that same time period. Hey, there's me again. It's just a black cover. It's hard to see. There's like a silhouette of George Harrison on this, but you can't see it. It's kind of difficult to see. But there he is up in the corner there. If you can see that behind that curtain. There's George Harrison. And, of course, he came out with his last album before he passed away, Brainwashed, with a little help from Jeff Lynne as well as Donnie Harrison. Danny Harrison? Donnie. I think it's pronounced Donnie. It's got a picture of his prized bushes and stuff on the inside. There's the bushes. Let's see, Ringo Starr came out with Time Takes Time. It set him on his path to making better records for himself. Much better than the stuff he did in the 70s and the 80s. Actually, he wasn't around in the 80s too much. There's the back of the... Produced by... I think it was produced by several people on this one. But Jeff Lynne is listed along with Peter Asher, Phil Ramone, and Don Was. 4 producers. That's why this made it great. Of course, Paul McCartney, after the Beatles were done with the 3rd volume of, well, actually the Threetles. They call them the Threetles. He came out with Flamin' Pie. This is a reissue of Flamin' Pie on his archive label. You can't see nothing with this. It's terrible. Good album. It's got some pictures in a booklet inside too, which is really cool. There's Paul. And the last albums that Dave Edmunds did, this is the greatest hits. But the 2 songs that were hits by him with Dave Edmunds, you can see his shadow kind of. Slippin' Away and Something About You. And Slippin' Away was written by Jeff Lynne, in fact. He did a version of that. It's Dave Edmunds doing his cool stuff. And also they worked on Jeff Lynne, I'm sorry, played bass with the Everly Brothers in their later years with On the Wings of a Nightingale, Amanda Ruth, Don't Worry Baby, which they did with the Beach Boys. There's a few things he did. I think it was mostly on the Wings of a Nightingale, the EB-84 album, the first one that the Everly Brothers did together. And then after the Beatles, Jeff Lynne went back and he did an E.L.O. album with 2 George Harrison tracks on there too. George Harrison helped him out on it. But then after that, he came out with Jeff Lynne's E.L.O. As I guess it's called Alone in the Universe. Another UFO. Same design. I guess here's Jeff on the back. This is better cover in the back, actually. It's a good album, Alone in the Universe. He I forgot what I was gonna say. Now, if I think of it, I'll come back. Then he did a video, and this had a CD soundtrack of all his hits. Jeff, I keep putting my hands on the cover there. It's another Spaceship. Jeff Lynne's E.L.O, Wembley or Bust. Great collection of all of his hits up to that point. And it includes Handle with Care by Jeff Lynne. Then they came out with Jeff Lynne's E.L.O. See, E.L.O 2 is in the band too, with the drummer formerly of E.L.O. I don't know if they're still around because I know one or two of the guys passed away. Jeff Lynne's E.L.O. From Out of Nowhere. Reusing the same art, but changed the UFO just a little bit. I guess he likes UFOs. I actually I saw E.L.O 2 when they came to Rochester, and I talked to one of the guys from the band. I said, I asked him a question about the cover, the UFO, if they were into UFOs and stuff, but they kind of avoided answering the question. They didn't want to say too much about UFOs, but I'm sure that they are, because they have a lot of UFO things going on in England. That's the back of From Out of Nowhere. The same cover as the other one with the circle around making them look kind of holy for some reason. I wish they'd change the artist for next time. Maybe to get somebody better on the artwork. You can't use the same artwork over and over unless he wants to do it that way. You know, just to show that they have the spaceships in the live setting or something. And this came out recently. You can't see it, of course, just the sunglasses. This album is Juliana Hatfield sings E.L.O. She does a great version of many of the E.L.O. songs. The reason why I bought this is because she did a cover of where is it? Sweet is the Night. It's one of the best E.L.O. songs anywhere. It's on the main album with the double CD. Sweet is the Night, Can't Get It Out of My Head, which is really good. Showdown, Strange Magic, Don't Bring Me Down, Telephone Line, Secret Messages. That was the more recent E.L.O. Bluebird is Dead, and From the End of the World, An Ordinary Dream. All Jeff Lynne songs done by Juliana Hatfield. Excellent album. Okay, it's around about 13 minutes. I hope you like the new poster I put in the back. I thought it would extend outward a little bit more, so I'd have the whole closet blocked off, but it only goes about 3/4 of the way. But I'm going to leave it up for a while. It reminds me of George Harrison, so I'm going to leave it up. I got it on sale at a shop that sold things from India, and they happen to have that. It was pretty cool. Alright, we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.